Change my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love's so hard to find.
we got him.
Hello guys, it's Pert here and welcome back to another video. And yeah guys, just before I proceed with the topic of today's video, I'm just going to give a very quick announcement slash disclaimer. Guys, obviously this video is simply based on what was said and mentioned in Doom Paradox's stream 2 to 3 days ago. And yeah, this video isn't to take anything away from Doom Paradox. I feel like he's a somewhat of a decent COD YouTuber. He uploads daily content, he streams pretty much daily. However, I am a bit concerned about why he's uploading 10 to 30 minute gameplays with little to no commentary. So Mr. Doom Paradox, if you do watch this video, could you just answer that one question for me? And yeah, we'll just quickly proceed with the video. Oh yes, the fake claim. So if you guys have heard of Doom Paradox, you've watched one of Doom Paradox's streams, or you've actually clicked on maybe one of his videos that seem to go for 10 to 30 minutes long for some reason, chances are you would have seen that he always is boasting about being the #1 player in BO4. He has it in his thumbnails, he puts it in some of his videos titles, and this claim was actually debunked when me and my mate went into this stream a couple of days ago. We straight away called him out for it. And let's just say things didn't go the way to plan. But before we get into that, I'd like to just give some very quick background on my mate. And yeah. So yeah guys, Kenny is just a bit of a nerd when it comes to Call of Duty. He was number 2 in the ANZ region for level 1000 on Black Ops 3. He was the #1 player on Infinite Warfare Xbox leaderboards for a little while there. And according to COD Tracker, he's the #3 player for the most kills, with #4 being Doom Paradox. So it's without a doubt that Kenny absolutely grinds the leaderboards of each Call of Duty game. And it's a bit suspicious now that when we went into Doom Paradox's stream, we called him out for not being #1. Doom Paradox straight away denied it, like anybody would if they hadn't seen any proof what's acceptable. Now obviously we do provide some proof a bit later to show that Kenny is above Doom Paradox on the leaderboards. However, before we are able to provide proof, Doom Paradox goes straight out there and blatantly says that he knows everyone on the leaderboards and he's practically never heard of this Kenny kid. What's kind of funny, because when you go into COD Tracker, the first thing you see when you go into the kills tab is XX Kenny being #3 and Doom Paradox being #4. So I don't know how Doom Paradox let that one slide underneath his radar. Don't know if it just quickly turned into a microwave. I'm not too sure what happened there. So yeah guys, just before I start bringing up the other topic, I'm just going to quickly say I don't have much proof to back up what I'm saying, simply because for whatever reason Doom Paradox has made this stream privated. Now I know some streamers like to make their streams privated and others like to make their videos unlisted. A couple for some reason of Doom Paradox's streams are unlisted, however this one's privated. So yeah guys, so if Doom Paradox does make this stream unlisted at any point, I am going to include the link in the bottom so you can not only see what Doom Paradox said, but also to back up the claims that I'm making in this video. So continuing on, stated they had never heard of Kenny and he knew everyone on the leaderboards. Kenny straight away wrote in the chat saying I had 4 million more score than you, because obviously Doom Paradox had just shown up his barracks displaying his score, with Doom Paradox stating that he'd only just passed King Canuck on the leaderboards, as King Canuck had been away for a couple of days, doing other things rather than grinding COD. Now this is obviously in the point where it takes a bit of a turn for the worse, or if you like me, it gets a bit funny, because once again, as soon as this comment was mentioned, Doom Paradox denies it instantly. Instead of just turning a blind eye and not saying anything, he denies it straight away, saying that's impossible, no way can you have 4 million more score than me, in which Kenny simply replies by sending my direct message on Twitter with his score. And obviously Doom Paradox was not impressed with this score because obviously it was bigger than his, and let's just say this is where things get out of hand. Yep, that's right, Doom Paradox called out Kenny for boosting. As soon as he saw that Kenny had a bigger score than him, guys, he straight away called the man out for being a booster. What's kind of funny, because for those who don't know, Kenny only predominantly controls one game mode, and that there is Team Deathmatch. Now I'm no genius, but I'm pretty sure there are much more better game modes to play to improve your score and your KD than Team Deathmatch. Just going off one game mode off the top of my head would be, well, I don't know, Hardcore Kill Confirm, maybe running that in a 6-man. I don't know, maybe that's a good game mode to boost in. Now the reason I'm bringing up Hardcore Kill Confirm in a 6-man is a good game mode to boost in is because while he stated this claim calling out Kenny for being a booster, Mr. Doom Paradox was playing firing range and holding down the entire spawn with a swordfish. He literally had 5 of his teammates control spawn so this man could drop a nuclear. Like, I don't even think I saw Doom Paradox run once past bloody goddamn mid-map in firing range or down the bloody place where the trailer is. He literally just sat on this box aiming down sights with a swordfish in hardcore. Kill confirmed so he could drop a nuclear. And while we're on the topic of nuclears, so yeah guys, obviously Doom Paradox was able to see the amount of nukes that Kenny had when Kenny shared the screenshot of his barracks showing off his score. Now because Kenny had a higher score than Doom Paradox is clearly delusional and was very mad when he found out that Kenny had less nukes than him. What's kind of funny because Kenny's a TDM player, and if you've ever gone for nukes in TDM you know it takes about almost quite a lot of effort. However, I'm pretty sure it's a lot easier to get nukes in a 6-man playing hardcore kill confirmed, or you know, just being in a 6-man in general Doom Paradox. So yeah, that's a completely irrelevant point that you made. Like, you're like that kid that goes to school one day, goes up to his friends and they ask, what did you do on the weekend? He's like, I dropped a nuclear on Black Ops 4. That's great. It's completely irrelevant to the conversation regarding why you're the #1 player. But obviously, because you know Kenny had less nukes in him, Doom Paradox thought he was more superior, which straight away led us into this argument where Doom Paradox straight away called out Kenny for 1v1, saying that he would absolutely slap the shit out of him. But what was hilarious, because the only thing he had going for this was because Kenny had less nukes than him, what must have meant that Kenny was a worse player than Doom Paradox. Paradox literally called Kenny out for a 1v1 based on the very premise of Doom Paradox having more nukes than him, and then claiming that Kenny must be a worse player because of this. This is where the argument actually stopped, because Doom Paradox, or one of Doom Paradox mods, actually banned Kenny from the chat, meaning that the argument could no longer continue. However, Doom Paradox, if you do still want to prove to yourself and to all your viewers that, you know, nukes are the only thing that matter in this game, just let us know. I'm sure there's some way we can set this up. But until then guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if I forgot anything I'll just include it after this. So yeah, peace.